Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Today we're tackling the intriguing concept of impulse purchases. Now, these spontaneous buys might seem harmless, but they can have a significant impact on your financial health. It's crucial to understand what drives us to these purchases and how to control them. So, stick around as we delve into the world of impulse purchases and how they can affect your personal finances. You may be wondering, what exactly is an impulse purchase? Well, let's dive into that. An impulse purchase is an unplanned decision to buy a product or service, made just before the purchase. Often these purchases occur due to a sudden whim or desire. Ever found yourself at the checkout line with a candy bar you didn't plan on buying? That's an impulse purchase. Now let's delve a bit deeper and understand the psychology behind impulse buying. It's quite fascinating. Our brains are wired to seek immediate gratification, and marketers know this. They strategically place tempting items near checkout lines or flash limited-time offers to tap into this instinct. It's a classic case of heart over mind. Our emotional responses override our rational thinking. Impulse purchases are often small, which can make them seem harmless. But here's the catch. Small, frequent purchases can add up quickly, creating a significant dent in our wallets over time. Think about it. If you're spending $20 a week on impulse buys, that's over $1,000 a year. It might not seem like a big deal at the moment, but over time, this can lead to financial strain, and these funds could have been better invested or saved. Also, impulse purchases often lead to clutter and waste. How many times have you bought something on a whim, only to find it unused and gathering dust weeks later? This not only wastes money, but also contributes to a cluttered living space and potentially environmental harm. On a deeper level, impulse purchases can also create a cycle of guilt and regret. We feel a rush when we make the purchase, but once the excitement fades, we're left with buyer's remorse. This can lead to stress and dissatisfaction, further fueling the cycle of impulse buying as we seek out that initial rush. As we can see, impulse purchases, though they may seem harmless at first, can have a significant impact on our personal finances. So it's essential to understand the psychology behind them to make more informed decisions about our spending habits. So, what triggers these impulse purchases? Well, let's dive right into it. The first common trigger is sales promotions. We've all seen the signs. Buy one, get one free, limited time offer, end of season sale. These are designed to create a sense of urgency, making us believe we're getting a bargain too good to pass up. But remember, a deal isn't a deal if you don't need it in the first place. Next up is emotional shopping. We all have those days when we're feeling down, and suddenly buying that designer purse or new gadget seems like the perfect pick-me-up. It's a quick fix, but it often leads to buyer's remorse once the initial excitement fades. Then there's social influence. In today's digital age, we're constantly bombarded with images of our friends, celebrities, and influencers showing off their latest purchases. This can prompt us to buy things we don't need in an attempt to keep up with the Joneses, or in this case, the Kardashians. Another trigger is easy access to credit. With the swipe of a card, we can buy now and worry about the bill later. But all too often, this leads to mounting debt and financial stress. Now here's the kicker. Marketers know about these triggers, and they exploit them. They use tactics like scarcity marketing and social proof to tap into our impulsive nature. They make shopping as easy as a click of a button, encouraging us to buy first and think later. And let's not forget about all those targeted ads that seem to know exactly what we want before we do. But don't despair. There's power in knowledge. By understanding these triggers, we can start to recognize when we're being manipulated into making unnecessary purchases. We can take a step back, think critically, and make more informed decisions. And that's what it's all about, right? Not giving in to every whim, but making smart, intentional choices about how we spend our hard-earned money. Understanding these triggers is the first step towards curbing impulse purchases. Now that we understand what triggers impulse purchases, how do we stop them? Firstly, let's talk about budgeting. A well-planned budget is a powerful tool in the fight against impulse buying. It's like a roadmap for your finances. It tells you where your money should go and, just as importantly, where it shouldn't. By allocating a specific amount for each of your monthly expenses, you create boundaries that help protect you from unnecessary spending. But remember, a budget only works if you stick to it. Next, let's discuss the value of a shopping list. Just as a budget is a roadmap for your overall finances, a shopping list is a roadmap for your shopping trip. It outlines exactly what you need, helping to keep you focused and avoid straying into the land of impulse purchases. Always shop with a list and, more importantly, stick to it. Now, on to the waiting game. Waiting before buying anything can be a powerful strategy. It gives you time to consider if you really need the item or if it's just an impulse purchase. Try implementing a 24-hour rule. If you still want the item after 24 hours, then consider buying it. You'll be surprised how often the urge to buy passes with time. Lastly, it's crucial to avoid shopping when you're emotional. Shopping can be a form of therapy for some, but it's a dangerous one. You're more likely to make impulse purchases when you're feeling sad, stressed, or even overly excited. Instead, find healthier ways to deal with your emotions. Take a walk, read a book, or talk to a friend. To sum up, curbing impulse purchases involves creating a budget, making a shopping list, waiting before buying, and avoiding shopping when emotional. It's about being mindful of your spending habits and making conscious decisions. With these strategies in place, we can start to take control of our impulse purchases. So what are the benefits of curbing impulse purchases? Well, the advantages are manifold, and they go beyond just saving money. First and foremost, practicing restraint in our buying habits promotes financial stability. Not giving in to every whim can lead to substantial savings over time. Imagine, every unplanned purchase you resist is money that stays in your pocket, money that can be put towards your financial goals, whether that's buying a house, going on a vacation, or even just ensuring a comfortable retirement. Next, curbing impulse purchases can lead to a less cluttered life. We all know how easy it is for our homes to become crowded with items we thought we needed in the moment, but rarely use. By being more mindful about what we buy, we can create a living space that's more organized, less stressful, and filled only with items that truly add value to our lives. Finally, there's increased satisfaction with our purchases. When we take the time to think about what we're buying, why we're buying it, and whether it's truly necessary, we tend to appreciate these items more. They're not just products snatched off a shelf in a moment of desire, but thoughtful additions to our lives that serve a purpose and bring us joy. As we can see, curbing impulse purchases comes with a host of benefits. In conclusion, impulse purchases can have a significant impact on our personal finances. The allure of instant gratification can often lead us down a path of hasty spending, leaving us with items we don't necessarily need, and a bank account that feels the pinch. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned in this video. We started by understanding what impulse purchases are, those unplanned decisions to buy a product or service made just before the purchase. These are not necessarily bad, but when they become a habit, they can lead to financial distress and clutter. Then, we dived into the triggers of impulse buying. Advertisements, sales, emotional states, and even the layout of stores can persuade us into making these spontaneous purchases. Recognizing these triggers is the first step in gaining control over our spending habits. We also explored various strategies to curb impulse purchases. These included making a shopping list and sticking to it, avoiding shopping when emotional or bored, and giving ourselves a cooling-off period before making big purchases. These strategies are not foolproof, but they can significantly help in reducing the frequency and impact of impulse buying. Finally, we talked about the benefits of curbing impulse purchases. Not only can it help save money, but it can also reduce clutter, decrease stress, and even improve our overall well-being. The money saved can be put towards more meaningful purchases or investments, leading to long-term financial stability and satisfaction. Remember, understanding and controlling our impulse purchases is not about depriving ourselves of things we want. It's about making conscious, mindful decisions about what we spend our hard-earned money on. It's about recognizing the difference between needs and wants, and choosing to prioritize our financial health and future. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more informative content.